Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. We need to sit back and answer this important question, which is our password strong enough to be called secure? In this situation where there are a lot of adversarial attacks happening around us, there are uh, lot of zero-day attacks happening around us, and we are surrounded by malwares that are mutated or revised or upgraded, and they are executing in our networks to compromise our network or compromise a system to get hold or to breach our privacy somehow, and to get hold of the system to exfiltrate their like our data, or to fulfill any of the malicious intents of an adversary. So in all this situation, a general user is sitting back at calm, thinking that their account, whether it be social media, whether it be like the bank account, are secure just because they have protected it with their passwords. So here I would talk about how we think our passwords are making our account secure, and actually are they, by demonstrating a small example. Even though it is the first step to follow the guidelines which are actually given by the website or the site where we are making our account, which says that sometimes that our password should be 6, 8 or 10 characters long at least, consisting of alphanumeric, uppercase, lowercase, and like the special characters, and it should be combination of all these things to make the password fall into secure category. So where we forget or we neglect the thing that is most important thing, that a lot of almost all the cybersecurity professionals or security professional focuses on, or lays importance to, that a password should be a passphrase. We should keep a passphrase a password. It shouldn't be like, because most of the user try to keep their password as very easy or very easy for an adversary to guess. For example, they keep their password as digits which are like their birth dates. So it is very easy for an adversary to guess, or if they are keeping any if you are making or mixing up within alphabets or words, then there could be a name or a pet's name or something, which is again very easy for an adversary to guess. Although we have to the main intention of keeping the password or remembering, like having a password, is to remember by the legitimate user as well. So keeping that thing in mind, there should be an easy password. So we should have an easy passphrase as a password. So I'm going to today demonstrate few examples here, and we are going to talk about why, and after the results it would be very clear why we should use a passphrase. And there are a lot of open source tools available to check the strength of your password, and I'm going to use a website which comes really handy uh, to check your password strength and how much time or computational power it would require for an adversary to break into. So let's start with a character, like a word with uppercase F and A double L, that's fall, and it will just take 100 microseconds. I'll add uh, two special characters to it, and it will take 2 seconds now, and I'll add few digits to it. Now it would take three weeks, and it's already following the like the criteria, but it is not strong password. It is very easily breakable, and it the 3 weeks time for like as in computation time is not really a big time for like a huge time for an adversary to crack into. So they are always working, so they can get your password. Most of the guessing procedure here is the brute force, but there are programs or malwares that doesn't use brute force. There are different techniques, so it is very easier for them to crack into. So now I'll use a passphrase, which is again very easy for a person to remember, and you can use any of the passphrase, like you can create your own. Here I'll use uppercase C, cup, cake is my fave dessert. So it's just like a whole string of words, or like a whole string of alphabets with a capital or a uppercase in the like in the front or the first character, and it's already falling into the category of very strong. It would take a computer about 16 quadrillion years to break this password, to crack this password. And if I add, and it's just alphabets, it's not alphanumeric, so I'll add like number, like today's date or maybe year. It's 2020. It's like gone already out of the league, and I'll add um, a special character, so it's never going to be guessed by or a break broke or compromised by any adversary or any adversarial program. So it's really a strong password, so and it's very easy to remember as well. So we have to keep that thing in mind. It has to be, it's a criteria that has to be followed, not necessarily that you have to keep something like I like this thing or that thing. It has to be something, a passphrase that consists of lot of uh, numbers or words, but easier for you to remember as well. And also one more thing that you have to remember while making different accounts is, while you do sign up to different websites, you should not use or repeat your password, a single password again and again, because if one of the password is exposed or breached, there's a lot of like the potential of threat on the different accounts increases. Just it's directly proportional there, so you have to keep that in mind. And that is just one part. Now you have kept or you have made your password really secure. Your password is strong now, but is it yet secure? Now the question is it yet secure? So we know that there are two operating systems which are very widely used. So in this video I'm going to talk about them and how they store password, or is it easy to crack passwords out of the operating system like Ubuntu or Windows. So Windows is and Ubuntu, these both of the operating system are very widely used. And to be honest, we say that Ubuntu is more secure, as in like it's very difficult to break into Ubuntu. But I would definitely demonstrate how easy it was for me to crack the password from Ubuntu using this tool, which is John the Ripper. It is the tool that is available and used for both the operating system. And here in the terminal I have to install this tool first, so let me clear this out. As an sudo user or root user, I have to install um, install John. John the Ripper is a open source tool which can crack your password stored in your operating system. So now it's getting installed. And this tool, again, which I have already stressed, can crack your password from even from the hashed value, which I'll show you. So let's see where the passwords are stored in Ubuntu machine. So we'll do cat PC. It's in shadow file. Most of the people must be knowing about it. And this is the user me, Shubhangi and Shubhi. And this is the hashed salted hash value stored here, and it is always known that hash cannot be recovered. It's impossible to recover hash, next to impossible. But we are going to add few users here, and we are going to recover the password or crack the password using John the Ripper. So let me create a new user here. Add user, and for example I'll add Kathy. Kathy here. and uh, let me keep a password. Okay, I don't need other information. um, so it has been added. I'll add one more user here. Alice might be, and let's keep a different password here. Okay, so I have added two user, and altogether there are three passwords stored in the hash, like the shadow file, which I'm going to show you again. So these are three users: Shubhi, Kathy, and Alice. So my password is a passphrase which is next to impossible for this tool to get or crack, and but I've kept password which are easier for the tool to crack. For Kathy and Alice, the main thing here is that password is salted hash, and it can be recovered by John. So let's call this John onto this folder. We have to do sudo John on etc shadow file, and it would start executing. So it has loaded three passwords here, and it would start like decrypting the procedure. So meanwhile it is doing that thing, we should check the how much is the password secure here in Windows. So for that there is an inet cpl file in Windows, so we have to do Windows R, and okay, cpl file here, and okay, it's not required. Okay, so now it will get open. Mm, so for this we need to like go to content, and then in settings we can go to password, manage passwords, and here we can see there are web credentials stored and Windows credentials stored. We can get hold of whatever passwords we want from here. Like if I click on show, although I'm not going to show you my password, I have to enter my pin and I'll get my password here. So which is again a big loophole here, and even in the Ubuntu machine, because even the passwords stored in these machine are not secure. Even these secure passwords are not secure, like strong passwords are not secure. So we can get here that Alice and Kathy has these two passwords which are been recovered, uh, and it won't be able to recover, since it's a free open source tool, won't be able to recover that strong password which I have already entered for myself. So you need to really understand the need of having, even if your password is compromised somehow, it should not be, your account should not be just based on the password practice. It should have a multi-factor authentication, either two-way or three-way, depending upon the security of the account. So it can go along with something you know, or something you are, or something you have, a combination of all these things. So most of the cybersecurity or security professional would be able to follow me what I'm saying here with something you have or something you know. So something you know would be the passwords or the security question that you know. Something you are would be your biometric, and something you have could be your RSA or token that you have. So it should go along with all these practices, and therefore there should be a secure practice in place, and you should, general user should be aware of it. That was the purpose of making this video, and I really hope that this video would help you and would guide you somehow. You should keep your password very secure. I hope this would have helped you or made you understand, and I really hope that you would try the website that I told you about, because there would be results that you would see that your password was you thought your password was secure or strong, but it was not that strong. So you can check out there, and if you like it, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel and share if you found it informational. Stay safe. Thank you.